Hello everyone and welcome back to my Bold and Beautiful 29 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Ridge Forrester will maintain with Taylor Hayes, who just lost knowledge after passing casket pain and briefness of breath. Ridge has no indication what's going on, but he'll remain by Taylor's side as he pushes her to wake up and come back to him. Taylor will indeed awaken, but she may try to brush all this off at first. It's easy to imagine Taylor claiming she waited too long to eat or commodity along those lines. Still, Ridge will smell that commodity is seriously wrong and will keep pushing until Taylor eventually confesses. Taylor is on the verge of telling Ridge about her heart complaint opinion and the fatal outgrowth her croaker expects, so he'll be on quite the emotional roller coaster. There's a good chance Taylor will protest off her concession by the end of Monday. Over with Katie Logan, she'll quiz Will Spencer about his pater and how he really feels now that he's settling back in Los Angeles. Will may admit his passions regarding Bill Spencer are still enough complicated. Will really looked up to Bill as a sprat, but also his father destroyed their family. After seeing how important Bill hurt Katie, Will is eager to see her sign up for further pain and disappointment. That said, Will obviously still loves Bill, and his inner child may long for a reunion between his parents on some position. The main thing is that Will wants Katie to make opinions for herself rather of surrendering to Bill's pressure. Will wants the same thing for himself when it comes to his career, so he'll confess to Katie that he doesn't want to work at Spencer Publications. Rather, we'll see Will latch onto Katie's Forrester Creations plan as the right road to head down. Will's going to sculpt out a nice spot at Forrester against Bill's wishes, so we'll bring you updates on the father-son drama this could lead to. Bill's going to get some frustrating news about Will's coming job soon, so stay tuned. Katie Logan still cares about Bill Spencer and always will, but giving him her heart again isn't commodity she takes smoothly. Bill lately made his passions clear and pushed for another chance at a future with Katie, but she didn't jump at a romantic reunion occasion. Rather, Katie put the focus on Will Spencer being back in Los Angeles and just enjoying this family time with him. Katie suggested she didn't want anything to ruin that, but she's not being completely honest. Of course, Bill is leaving many effects unsaid as well, but he'll work to change that during the week of September 30th to October 4th. That's when Bill will let his vulnerable side come through as he opens up to Katie about what he truly feels. Bill may pour his heart out and contend his life hasn't been complete without Katie by his side. Although Bill tried to move himself, he set up Commodity Magical with Poppy Nozawa, it could no way contend with the deep love he participated with Katie. Bill will let his walls down and hope that Katie can see that he's a changed man. We'll see a new Bill who's completely devoted to Katie and ready to begin their coming chapter together. Still, Katie wouldn't be prepared to go each in with Bill, at least not yet. In the fate of Bill's honesty hour, it looks like Katie will give Brooke Logan updates and make an admission. Katie will confess the real reason she's spooked to go each in with Bill. This may be incompletely about Will if Katie's upset about what another reunion and bifurcation would do to him. Still, he'll also be letting down Will if Bill lets Katie down again. Katie may sweat that if Bill blows up their family formally more, the damage will be irrecoverable. Maybe Katie will be reluctant to reunite since it could mean Bill and Will's father-son bond will be destroyed ever. On the other hand, Katie's reason for fighting this reunion may be more particular. Despite Bill's claims that Katie is the only woman for him, she may be visited by his history with Brooke. Bill has betrayed Katie with Brooke before, so how can she trust that it wouldn't keep passing? That's especially true now that Taylor Hayes is back in city and could steal Ridge Forrester's attention down from Brooke. Katie may still be concerned about the possibility of Brooke and Bill surrendering to temptation. The idea of destroying her stock relationship with Brooke and getting cheated on by Bill may be too inviting for Katie to threat. Sheila Sharp has a habit of fitting herself in situations where she isn't welcome. Sheila is the kind of character who can pop up and beget trouble without warning, so she could join the Taylor Hayes drama soon. At the moment, Lee Finnegan is the only bone. Who knows what Taylor is truly facing? Although Lee is keeping Taylor's heart failure and grim outlook under wraps, this secret is fated to blunder. At some point, it's easy to imagine Lee and Taylor having another argument about what's stylish. Lee doesn't want to push too hard, but she's really hoping that Taylor will change her mind about coming clean and accepting her family's support. Still, Taylor can't stand the study of burdening her loved bones with similar heavy knowledge, at least not until she's near to the end. There'll come a time when Taylor will have no choice but to confess, but she wants to keep effects normal for as long as possible. Perhaps Lee could take Taylor out to lunch at Il Giardino and try to talk her into a full concession anyway. Lee might indeed contend this is putting her in an awkward position since she's cashing commodity that affects John Finnegan's woman deeply. Taylor and Lee might assume Sheila has the day off, but she could actually end up wiretapping around the corner. After all, Sheila has done it before, like when she eavesdropped the news about Hope Logan's passions for Finn. Raise the stakes and let Sheila listen in on an indeed bigger secret. What if Sheila discovers Taylor's heart condition and learns that she's going to lose her life because of it? Sheila might decide that Lee is being a bad mama for hiding commodity so massive from Finn. Maybe Sheila could run straight to Finn's office and tell him what Lee went incompletely to prove she's the better mama in her own mind. Of course, it's also possible Sheila will decide she can score points with Steffy Forrester by telling her the verity. Perhaps Sheila could try to prove she cares about Steffy by coming clean, indeed if she's substantially just trying to impress Finn. Sheila could argue that Steffy deserves to know what's going on as Taylor's loving son. Whatever the case, our prognostications allude that Sheila could make a mess of effects ultimately, so stick with us for updates on how she might reply to Taylor's stunner. Sheila might be delusional enough to suppose she can fill that maternal void for Steffy once Taylor's gone. We've got some appearances and goings news to pass on, so let's launch by paging Dr. Grace Buckingham. Once Ridge Forrester finds out Taylor Hayes has been diagnosed with a fatal heart condition, he'll be in denial and will want her to get an alternate opinion. Although Taylor will show some resistance originally, Ridge will move her to take a trip to the sanitarium and see Dr. Buckingham. This cardiologist's comeback will protest off on October 2nd, but you can also catch her on October 3rd and October 4th. Buckingham will run some tests and work to get to the bottom of Taylor's symptoms. Of course, Taylor will fill Dr. Buckingham in on her former croaker visit that she had while she was overseas. Taylor is induced that she's suffering from heart failure and that she probably doesn't have important time left. Still, it seems Dr. Buckingham may have a different perspective on what Taylor's actually facing. Taylor will deal with some dubitation once Dr. Buckingham offers updates, but perhaps effects aren't as dire as Taylor preliminarily allowed. It'll be intriguing to see what Dr. Buckingham thinks once she checks out Taylor's test results. Look for Heidi Grace Angerman to make an appearance as a character named Lainey, while Shannon McMullen plays Willow and Jade Coatsworth portrays Kingsley. There's no word yet on why exactly Lainey, Willow, and Jade will pop up, but perhaps they'll be canvassing for implicit externships or positions at Forrester Creations. We know Will Spencer is going to decide he wants to work at Forrester Creations, so he may appear alongside some other campaigners before he eventually pushes Steffy Forrester to hire him. Also again, maybe Jade, Willow and Lainey will formerly have Forrester gigs, whether it be as interns or models. There might be a situation where Will flirters with the three of them and gets some support on joining the platoon. Anyhow, our prognostications point to Steffy caving in and giving Will a chance to prove himself at Forrester Creations, but Bill Spencer would much rather see his son join Spencer Publications rather. Will and Bill may have some showdowns brewing once his Forrester job officially begins, so stay tuned.